Hey everyone, this is Boba from the Mars server. I'm here to do a 101 video on surviving. Kind of like tips on surviving, I guess. I think that's a very important topic for new players out there. Maybe it's really difficult to survive in dungeons or shadow missions and things like that. So I'm here to do a video showing you guys some tips of surviving. Alright, so the first thing about surviving is that there are definitely many ways to survive. There are ways, combat related skills. There are kind of like non-combat related skills. So I'm gonna kind of run down all the skill list here. Obviously the most common way to, I guess, survive a hit, there is the most common skill, defense. However, defense still takes some damage when you kind of get hit by it, but it will block any incoming damage if you use it. There's other counter-attack skills, like obviously counter-attack, skills like windmill, and then other skills that just like really help you in general to just jump ahead of the enemy far away. So let me see if I can explain something like that. Alright, so let's say I have this enemy. Oh no, it's dead already. Nope. Okay. Okay, so I have double aggro right now. Let's say I want to survive in this situation. You can use many skills, like let's say I decide to use a Rage Impact to stop the enemy, and that's one way to survive, is to stun enemies. You can use pets also to stun enemies, or sleep them, or just kill them. And you can also use things to tank any attacks. Things like puppets. If I can find my puppet control bars. Where's my puppet control bars? Here it is. Ugh, there you go. I can just literally summon my puppet and just leave it aside, and that is going to get some aggro. You can also use pets if you have any. A really quick and easy way to use your pet to go after the enemy before you go to them is to hold shift. Is it shift? Yeah, hold shift, and then if you hold shift you'll see a P and a little dagger on your cursor, and that basically and if you click on the enemy, it basically has your pet automatically attack that enemy from a distance, so you don't have to, like, you know, it's a quick way to do it. You don't have to right click and then go to attack pet. Shortcut way is just to hold shift and then like go after, click on them. So right now they're all aggro onto my puppet right now. So yeah, using like little tank shields and stuff like that. If you're an alchemist, you can use barrier spikes. Barrier spikes is very good. So let's get a little bit more advanced now. Can I de-summon that thing? Good. No, my puppet, come back here. Go away. Another way you can kind of avoid skills is using skills itself, obviously. Using skills like charge, assault slash is really good actually. Let's say this skill, or this enemy right here is trying to attack me. I want to go far away from it and then use charge. Where's my charge skill? Oh, it's hotkey over there. Oh, I run away from you. So that enemy right there pretty much wasn't able to reach me because I was able to charge from a distance to another enemy. Or you can assault slash to another enemy as well. There are actually so many skills, it's hard for me to explain all of them that you can use to survive. Because you kind of have to use a combination of many different skills. So like, even with magic, there's lots of skills that freeze enemies. Alchemy has freezing skills as well. Let me just kill these guys because then they're like bothering me. There's skills like Sandburst that blinds an enemy temporarily, so you can kind of like stun them in place for a bit. There is skills on for a fighter like Tumble, which basically lets you flip backwards and just basically keep your distance from enemies. My most favorite skill for surviving for music skills is Lullaby. Lullaby will put enemies to sleep, thus granting you some a good amount of time to do whatever you like to do. So Lullaby is a thing. Puppetry, I already mentioned summoning a puppet. Dual gun. There's lots of people who like to use Shooting Rush to avoid some enemies, but just remember that if you use Shooting Rush, you're just gonna aggro a lot. Ninja skills, one of my most favorite ones. Let me see if I can equip my Shuriken right there. One of my most favorite skills for Shuriken, for surviving, that is. See if I can wake one up. Oh, he's dead. Okay, that one's awake. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Let me try again. Where is the thing? There it is. One of my favorite skills for Shuriken, or ninja skills, is Shadow Cloak. Shadow Cloak is a really good way to avoid aggro. So then you're just like, they're like, huh? Where'd she go? You can easily outrun the enemies with Shadow Cloak, and it's like Elf Hide, but not. Elf Hide, you can't really do anything. But yeah, even skills like Elf Hide will help you with surviving too. Obviously, if you're not an elf, you can't use Elf Hide. But there are other things like playing dead. So these are kind of action-related skills that you can use to survive. A lot of people tend to use Play Dead. The newer players kind of use just Play Dead. I'm playing dead. And playing dead just basically fools the enemy into thinking that you're dead, and most of them won't attack you, but more of the higher level ones will probably still stomp around you or know that you're not actually playing dead. So do keep in mind that that doesn't always work. It's not always a foolproof plan. There are also things like the most common way to avoid aggro is Crisis Escape. And that basically makes you into this thingamajigger thing here. And the enemies will not aggro you. Well, they can still aggro you if they already hit you while you're in the middle of transing into this thing. But it helps de-aggro enemies and helps you survive for a couple seconds, of course. Let's see if there's any other skills. I want to heavily focus on Crusader skills, which is Shield of Trust. Shield of Trust is really must-have skill if you want to survive. If you have Shield of Trust, if you have these skills here ranked up, specifically Guarded Footsteps is really good because it increases your speed. Magic Dampening helps protect you from attacks. Healing Hands will obviously heal you. Gaming Heart is just for the range, and Recovery Touch definitely is for wound recovery. But basically having this skill will help you... Is my points put into it already? Yeah, it is. Will help you increase your speed and outrun, hopefully outrun some enemies. And lets you tank a little bit of the damage that you receive. So that can be used for surviving. And yeah, that's basically most of the things that I use. Another thing that some people don't really use too much, it's a little bit not really common, is using in-game scenery to protect you from enemies. So like there will be orbs mostly in dungeons. Some people like to huddle around the corner and use the orb as like a little shield thingy to protect you, but you know, enemies can still go around the orb. But if they get stuck on the orb, then you know, you won't get hurt, obviously. They can get stuck on other things like trees, buildings, stuff like that. Not too many people do use scenery thingies, but it is a thing that can help you. Distance is also a thing too. Let me see if I can... Yeah, alright. So I know a lot of people are like really annoyed about archers. Oh crap. Okay, redo. They died too fast. I should have picked a harder difficulty. I just went into basic. Okay. And a lot of people have a hard time with archers. Pretty much, if you are dealing with archers, evade is a really good skill. It's mostly used for arrow attacks, but just getting out of range helps too. If you play an archer class, you know that if you're too out of range of the enemy, they can't shoot you. You have to keep getting closer and closer. That little, you know, percentage thingy comes up. So you can see this enemy cannot even attack me if I just go out of range. And I'm using the scenery around me to kind of block his arrows, I guess. So he can't really do anything. Going out of range is the easiest way for archers, I would have to say. Or if you can't go out of range, you're way too close, evade is good. Or just kill him. Just like sneak up behind him and be like pew pew. And that's basically what I use to survive in Mabinogi. So hopefully this video is helpful. If you guys have any other tips and stuff like that, feel free to add them to the comments below and share with everyone else. And like always, stay awesome, possum. I added possum. Why did I add possum?